I will say Dre is one of the best people I like to watch eat. He just be chewing. That's why his jawline's so strong. He just be chewing. Just show me your jawline real quick.
Oh my God, so handsome.
Back with another video. Today we are going to all black-owned businesses and restaurants. My co-host today, Knock, he's here. We have some special guests. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
What's going on? It's your boy Rose, BD, David. Thank you for having me.
Gang.
What's up, what's up? It's Javona over here about to try some bomb-ass food, black-owned businesses. You know we gotta support.
Everything busted. No, we're gonna see if everything's busted.
True.
All right, very important, especially in the times we live in right now, is to support mom and pop shops and especially black-owned businesses.
I always say, like, for us, people that are non-black, like, we grew up in black culture, we consume it, you know what I mean? And it's only right that we also take our time to go support it, especially now, you know, the state of the country. Even with COVID, we're trying to support these local mom and pop shops, you know? It's the least we can do for everything that I said the black community has done for us, you know?
Are you guys ready to try this food out?
Go. This is some like take a nap meal, you know what I'm saying? You eat this and you take a nap. Like,
as Dre says, you get the itis. After you eat it, you just want to fall asleep. This place, Coast Cafe, is really popular in the Boston area. You see a lot of pictures, a lot of Celtics players go there.
There's not a lot, in Boston, there's not a lot of these like family run soul food spots, you know? And this is definitely one of the more popular ones, so we have to come and support. This is like probably second generation now because it's the owner's father that opened it up, and it's the owner still running it. And you can tell how passionate even the workers are about food.
I will say, when you think of black cuisine, you think of soul food, right? A lot of what we do is so immersed with black culture, right? Watching TV shows or movies growing up.
I always say like Tyler Perry movies, like that's like my introduction to soul food, you know?
Medea, all that.
Like when you see them eating like big family dinners type stuff, you know what I mean? It's always soul food. You always hear these words like collard greens and stuff. And for us,
candied
yams. For us who didn't really grow up with it, it's cool to like come and experience it at places like this.
This is good.
Are they falling off the bone?
Is it bussin'?
It's bussin'.
Is it bussin'?
It's well seasoned. The barbecue. Yo, he got some secret sauce.
Try some of the candied yams.
This is actually my first time trying candied yams.
Yeah, they're really.
Low-key, I wanted to get some sweet potato pie too.
I think this is good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been with it.
Everyone take a
I'm gonna need
piece.
some cornbread.
I got one in my pocket.
Yum. As they say, the cornbread bussin'.
Okay. Okay, I like the consistency. That's light skin in the sun. Okay.
Straight.
They did their thing.
Next, we're gonna get Nigerian food.
Shout out to my Africans.
Let's go. What do we got here right now?
We got puff puff, and it's basically like a donut, like a munchkin, like
It's like a Nigerian donut.
I'll see how these compare to the Dunkin' munchkin.
Yeah.
It's just like a fried dough ball.
Yeah.
But like, that's like mad satisfying. It's something like a snack. It's fire.
Do you ever like go to a Chinese buffet and they have like those Chinese donuts?
With the sugar on it?
Yeah, with the sugar on it. It kind of tastes like that.
Yeah, that's what I would compare it to.
I can taste the similarity. I think fried dough is just like good in every culture, you know? You really can't go wrong with it.
Sometimes people put sugar on it too.
They're just like a snack, basically.
All right, Isaiah, so we got our food. Explain to me what we got right now because everything looks super good.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the jollof. We have the jollof, and basically jollof is just like tomato sauce with a bunch of different spices, and they kind of let that kind of like sizzle in a pot for a little. Then we have the fried plantains, and that's pretty much kind of standard in like most cultures.
Yeah, I know like Jamaican people love fried plantains, like
Yeah.
Spanish people love fried plantains.
We're calling this dodo. So like that's what we would refer to it
Dodo?
as. Yeah, dodo.
Do you use like plantains to like kind of like cleanse the palate in a way?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's always a side, like for everything. Like it doesn't even have to be just jollof. It could be for anything. And then we have moi moi. It's a process because it starts as beans. You have to like let it sit in the fridge for some time.
Yeah, it looks like a tomato.
Yeah, like you wouldn't even know that that's beans because it just like doesn't even taste like it.
We got some stir-fried spinach here. They were saying this is like their house specialty.
In Nigerian cultures, we love greens, and typically it'd be like either spinach or like cassava leaf, but definitely greens is like a big part of a lot of meals in Nigerian culture. We got in front of us are meat pies, or meat patties, that's what we call them. And they're an empanada or samosa. I would say more closely to a samosa than an empanada.
It looks like an empanada though.
An empanada is more fried, I would say.
Yeah.
And this one is kind of cooked the same way you'd cook a samosa. And a lot of times they put like other stuff, not just meat. They'll put like vegetables in it too. You won't ever get just a vegetable one though. That's not like common. But you'll get some with has vegetables in it, as long with like meat, chicken, beef, like whatever they feel like.
So I actually know something about patties. So like I know like because Jamaican people have patties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I heard that the reason Jamaican people have patties was because they were a British colony, and British people had like Cornish patties or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's how they got it. I know Nigeria was also a British colony for a while, so that might be where it comes from. I'm not 100% sure, but it makes sense.
Nigerian culture is super important that you're like eating with your right. Like if you even reach with your left, like that used to be liable for a good smack, like right in front of all my siblings. So definitely grab it with your right hand.
I feel like any culture where you eat with your hands, you gotta eat with your right hand. I feel like more or less that's like a across the board kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like they would get offended. Another thing too was like when I was growing up, they would always stress like you have to be generous when you're taking some. Like that's the word they would use, be generous. So when you're like scooping this, don't like dip it. Like you have to like pick that shit up and just.
Oh, so I thought you were saying generous like leave for the other people.
Oh no, generous as in you need to take a lot. Like, like if I'm putting that whole thing there, like that needs to be gone.
This is for
That's
the
good.
Nigerian people out there.
Yep.
This is for Wale, for Giannis Antetokounmpo. People don't know that he's Nigerian. This is what made him a freak. If you guys didn't know. This fufu.
So right now, we're in front of only one Jamaican restaurant. There's a few of them, but we're on the one in Norfolk Street. The OG. The OG.
You have to come to this one.
This is there's a lot of discussion over people's favorite Jamaican restaurant in Boston. This is my personal favorite. We got jerk chicken, rice and peas and cabbage. We got extra oxtail sauce on the rice that you have to do.
You have to get the extra.
We got this oxtail, rice and peas, cabbage. Very traditional.
Now the jerk chicken, the oxtail, like that's always just a go-to, but like personally you can get other things as well. Like
They got fire curry goat, yeah.
curry chicken, even fried chicken. Fried chicken smacks.
Got a beef patty too.
Beef patty,
You
cocoa
gotta keep
bread.
it traditional, cocoa bread.
Cocoa bread.
We missed
We
the
asked for cheese,
cheese,
but
it's
you know,
okay.
it's okay. Customer service sometimes be lacking in Jamaican spots, you know. It's
You wanna-
pretty well known, but they make up for it with the flavors. So you know,
I always
it's a
say
trade-off.
if the food is good, then the customer service can, you know, it has leeway.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's rats and roaches in the ground, that's how you know it's gonna be good, you know? You wanna talk about what exactly is the beef patty with cocoa bread? Because a lot of people don't know what cocoa bread is. It's essentially bread with bread in between bread. You know, it's like a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
It is a lot of carbs, but like traditionally West Indian culture, we eat a lot of carbs all the time.
We ain't no
Like,
bitches.
always rice,
Yeah.
always like mac and cheese is also an option
Yeah.
anyway.
I just want to stick with
You gotta get big and strong. You already know. So.
cocoa bread. It's like a really soft bread for people that haven't had it. It's made with coconut milk, I'm pretty sure, and it's like a little bit sweeter and stuff like that. It's a little off-putting for people to think they put like a deep fried patty in between bread, but the texture contrast, the carbs, everything fills you up and it's fire.
Especially
Throw
with
the
the
cheese
cheese.
in there.
Yeah.
And there's like a difference between Jamaican cheese and American cheese, right?
Yes, yes.
You gotta, if you can, get it with the Jamaican cheese.
So we got ginger beer. It's my personal favorite West Indian drink, but it's really just like a more concentrated ginger ale. Like ginger ale, after you have this, you can never go back to ginger ale because it just doesn't taste like enough ginger to you. You know,
There's a bootleg Tom and Jerry on that.
this is the OG, bro.
I will always say like my thing with when I eat Jamaican food, I love Jamaican food. If it makes you speak patois at the end of it, that's how you know it's good.
So jerk chicken, it's a really like
Let me go
classic
down.
Jamaican way of cooking chicken. It's a lot of different spices, a lot of Scotch bonnet pepper, and it leaves like this kind of dark spice rub basically, and they cook it.
Does this food make you want to speak some patois?
Everything Irie, man. Everything Irie.
Wagwan.
Everything Chris.
That does it for the Jamaican spot. We're about to go to the Haitian spot right now. Y'all still hungry for some more?
Always,
get it,
yo,
bro.
always.
Alright.
Nugungu?
Let's see if it's busting. Let's go. We're at our final location. We're at Bon Appetit, a Haitian spot.
I personally vouch for Bon Appetit. It's right on the corner of Rue Hill. Easy access. You look down the street and there's like Haitians in the car chilling. They just chill on the street.
So the other place we were gonna go to also had a $5 plate special. This place has
have
a
to have a
$5.
$5
That's
plate
the Haitian thing. The
We're
$5.
Haitian. You can't always spend big bucks on some food. Sometimes you need a quick plate. And the plate,
It's true.
they feed you. It's not no small plate. It's worth
Sometimes
your
it feed two.
if it has to.
So if you want to take shorty out, you know, and you don't got some money, you know,
You
go
got
take
a
it with the
full
Haitian
course meal, $10.
Much better than
$10,
McDonald's.
full course
Much
meal.
better.
All right, so y'all ready to try it out?
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Come eat with us. Vin mangiavin. So over here we have our traditional liotasso. This is not the pork, this is the beef. That's why it's a little darker.
It's fried beef, fried plantains, and then somehow, I don't know how, but we ended up with some pasta, macaroni, I don't really know.
Rio, which is the fried pork, and it comes with fried plantains, rice, white rice, and we got the veggies as well. We put the saspois over it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You put the saspois over the white rice, and you just go in.
Your meal's not complete. When you have white rice, you have to have saspois on the side. Like, it's a must. The only time you don't eat saspois is when you have rice and beans. But as Haitians, if you have white rice, you have saspois.
If you want to, you can drink it by itself, but we all recommend that you put it over your white rice. You also got the pickles too.
I think it's important to put pickles on this for sure, because with any sort of fried food, you need some sort of like acidic little pickle to like cut through all that fried and fattiness.
This is our sauce, so it's basically like whatever meat they made.
You dip it in?
They use that.
Tastes like spicy tomato juice. You ever had like a V8?
Put some of the rice with the pickles over the plantains. Put a griot over the top. Everything accompanies each other really well, to be honest. You just eat everything in one bite.
That combo, it tastes so like perfect for cold weather. It's just like comforting in a certain kind of way.
It's light with the cabbage, and you got the heavy stuff with the rice. The sauce adds to it, so it's not just plain white rice.
Comfort food is the best way to put it, honestly. It just makes me feel like I'm inside a nice warm Haitian home, you know? Got the Wyche Jean playing in the background.
Alright guys, that concludes the video. Thank you to everybody and all our guests for joining us today and giving us a little taste of their own cultures.
I literally cannot move right now. Like, we've eaten so much today, more than I think we've ever eaten on video before. I got to try some of my favorites, I got to try some new stuff, and it really gave me an appreciation for all these cultures. And at the same time, it made me feel good. We got to support Black businesses at a very crucial time.
I'd never had Haitian food before, and that was an amazing experience. Shout out to our guests for showing us their Haitian food. Yeah, she put us on. All right, yo, so that concludes the video. Remember, support your local Black-owned businesses as well. And if you're in the Boston area, check out the ones that we went to. Until next time, we out. Peace.
Yo, get these guys to 1 million so we can get him to try some griot, bro.
And we'll get Derrell a girlfriend, don't forget.
Yes, sir. The jawline, though, he shouldn't have any problem.
He's a handsome dude. You need to get him a Haitian girlfriend.
I don't know if you can handle a Haitian girlfriend.